Now, with the second wave of the deadly coronavirus finally tapering off, the focus is on the death figures. Remember that the state of Bihar was forced to revise its death toll. Now in Karnataka also, the death tally shows discrepancies of data for the month of June, as a backlog of previous months was also added to this month. Congress in the state has alleged that the government has suppressed facts.
The number of deaths is in a very reasonable number, and we do not require the temporary facilities. So therefore the temporary facilities are being decommissioned. The number of deaths, if you see the bulletin, it is ranging between 40 to 50 every day, and that can be easily handled by the existing capacity.
The worst of second wave is behind us, says Bengaluru Civic Body Chief Gaurav Gupta. But the story is not as simple and sweet as it sounds. Diving deep into the city's health bulletin for the month of June reveals a startling detail. On June 1st, deaths reported in the city were 464, but 246 of these were backlog of previous months. This wasn't a one-time affair. On June 2nd, 463 deaths were reported. 222 of them were backlog, and for next several days, this pattern was witnessed. June 3rd, 514 deaths reported, 239 were backlog. June 4th, 364 deaths reported, 160 were backlog. And this goes on. The total reconciliation of deaths from May 1st to June 8th were a staggering 4,675. This means over 4,500 deaths were added over a month. The opposition has accused the government of suppressing facts.
They are suppressing the facts. They are not giving the true figures. The reality is something, the reporting something. They are under-reporting the number of deaths.
The Yediyurappa government maintains that this discrepancy was entirely due to a communication gap. But the new death figures raise questions over the authenticity of the government's data shared during the peak of the second wave. With Nolan Pinto in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's also get you the latest political updates from Karnataka, where Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa's son B.Y. Vijayendra held meetings with prominent Lingayat Siyas. This meeting was held with Siyas from prominent mats at Suttur, at Siddhaganga, Hiriyur, Chalakere and Chitradurga. Now, the meeting has raised eyebrows in the political circles because it comes at a time when the rebellion in the BJP against CM BSY has been growing. Yediyurappa on his part has said that if the High Command wants, he will resign from the post of Chief Minister, but will continue to work as the CM till then. Nagarjun Dwarkanath is joining us from Bengaluru with more details on this. Nagarjun, how is this series of meetings that Vijayendra held with Lingayat Siyas being looked into, being read into, because it's happening at a time when you're seeing all of these rumblings and rebellions against Yediyurappa?
Good morning, Akshita. In fact, remember the history of BJP also. It's largely backed by the Lingayat community, and also Yediyurappa belong to the same Lingayat community, and hence they are trying to rally the Lingayat community together by talking to the mats and talking to the seers, is what one political commentator says. But also the other commentators see this as giving the updates to the Swamijis or the seers in Karnataka. They play a powerful role here in the state as to what is happening. They're bringing them up to speed, up to date as to what is happening within the political circles, within the party, and also about the COVID mismanagement or the COVID management, so that they're also told about what is going on and they're apprised of the situation. But really, it's not a mere just meeting, because at the time when the Chief Minister himself said that he would resign if the High Command asked him, days later, the son goes and meets prominent Lingayat seers. It's definitely adding up to some political bickering inside Karnataka. We'll have to wait and watch, because Arun Singh is expected to come early in mid-June. 17, 18, 19th is what we are told. Till then, the political bickering will go on. MLAs will be speaking out against the CM, but CM is quite firm that till the High Command says you you vacate the place, he will continue as the Chief Minister of Karnataka.
All right, Nagarjan, thank you for those details.